We'll get the anthem here.
This season, right? For North Providence, they went on a 10-game win streak. For St. Ray's, a 9-game win streak as well. So you're looking at two teams that have been able to, string together a bunch of wins throughout the midpoints of the season and kind of carry that momentum into the playoffs. St. Ray's is going to be rested, right? They've had a couple days off. They get the bye. They play one game. And then for North Providence, two crucial victories in the quarters and the semis.
Justin Martinez, double fist punch out of that shot from just outside the 18-yard box. Picks up the first save of the evening here as the sun is officially set, and that means the temperatures have dropped at least 7 to 10 degrees, and the wind still stays here at Cranston Stadium.
Yeah, they were excited to get this game going, right? You arrive to the stadium, you see the Division II championship trophy being raised, and I think the players were just enthusiastic. We want to be there, too. We want to be there very, very quickly, so let's get this game underway.
North Providence last Title I was back in 2003. Meanwhile, St. Ray's 2019, they hoisted the Division III title. We're in the second minute here. This game has started hard and fast. Wouldn't expect anything less between these two programs. A chance on goal, and it goes just wide. And forgive us, it's going to be a little tricky up here to identify some players. The St. Ray's jerseys have the purple kind of ombre into goldish, but the numbers are purple outlined in that gold, and it's nearly impossible to read from up here.
Yeah, that was Naziah Pacheco who had that opportunity there on the near side post, right? Just fires it wide, forces the attempt by Carvalho and goal, and he had it covered, right, that near side post, and Pacheco actually takes the brunt of some contact there. He's still walking gingerly with some right leg discomfort after that hit following his shot.
We'll see how referee Mike Correa and his crew handle the officiating here for this game. We've seen some fantastic officiating in both the first Division I and Division II games. They've allowed teams to play physical. They've allowed teams to have their little moments of of extreme emotion without issuing any cards, and rightfully so. It's a championship game. They're high school kids. Let them play unless it draws the line into too physical or dangerous, then you blow the whistle.
Yeah, and especially in the first few minutes, right? You want to allow the players to settle into the game and get accustomed to kind of this high-octane environment because emotions are running high, right? This game carries a little bit more of weight. And for St. Ray's, I think, one of the things that you have to take is they've been here before, right? This team hasn't been since 2019, but it's a team that's consistently been in the championship perspective. They're a program that has won games. There's a chance there.
One touch there by the Cougars that floats just wide past the far post. Justin Martinez came out aggressively toward the far post to play a ball, and that ball was touched to the near post that just went wide for the Cougars.
It's going to be interesting to see how North Providence starts. This is a mistake at the back there. I think that was Catalan Garcia who just kind of pushed it, and it's a corner kick for North Providence.
Early set piece here for the Cougars, and we'll see what they do. It's an inward swing from the left-hand boot. Good job by Martinez to read it, come out, leap up, and make the play, and is clad in all black in cage.
Ladies and gentlemen, air horns and any artificial means of noise making is forbidden at Rhode Island Interscholastic League events.
And there you hear the announcement from our public address announcer and the person with the vuvuzela booing the artificial noise. Hey, it's better than the MIA. The MIA doesn't even allow signs into buildings.
Wow.
When you're attending a match, there's a lot of signs. I know that get taken away at TD Garden for hockey.
Yep.
When student sections bring their signs, they say nope, they stay out here. At least RIL will let you do the cowbell, the thunder sticks, the hand clappers. You just can't do a vuvuzela.
And we've had enthusiastic crowds all day, so the strip of the vuvuzela is a little disappointing.
Almost a dangerous challenge there. Ball gets moved out to midfield. St. Ray's finally with an opportunity to move it up. It's Catalan Garcia working one-on-one. Hits his own player through Yedo Artigas in the back, and the ball rolls out of the sideline for a throw-in for the Cougars.
It's a tight window to fit all that in. The ball, a running player, and Catalan Garcia is just trying to hold it in along that touch line.
Ball goes back to the Cougar goalkeeper, who sends it upfield. A header by the St. Ray's Saints, goes out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in for North Providence on the far sideline. We're 7 minutes old here in this Division III RIIL Boys Soccer Championship right here on the NFHS Network. We're still scoreless. We've seen first half goals in both the Division I and Division II games. Of course, that doesn't mean anything here in the Division III game. It could certainly play out differently, but you do sense a slightly different game here. Both of these teams try to utilize their speed both on the offensive and defensive thirds of their field.
Yeah, absolutely. And St. Ray's is more of a they have a better differential, if you will. They score a little bit more than North Providence. They also give up a little bit less. So they have the advantage there in that statistical category. But I think because of these two teams, kind of the framework, the way that they're structured as programs, I think it's going to be tightly wound this whole way through.
We've had strong winds all day long blowing into the south end of the field, which is, if you're looking in your camera right now, it's where Justin Martinez is setting up this free kick. So anything up in the air by St. Ray's trying to advance to their offensive third is going to get held up by that wind. They're probably going to learn pretty quickly to keep it low or on the deck.
Yeah, it's been pretty consistent over the last one and a half hours, 2 hours here, and it poses a challenge, especially for that team moving right to left, just to get any sort of aerial effort. We saw it in the previous game, and those long balls were basically ineffective. You can't track them. It just gets hung up there, and It's not a lot of distance traveled with those balls, so you see more of a little bit of a simplification.
9 minutes old in this match, still scoreless. Good touch by the Rays on the far sideline. Now using more of a controlled possession game here to try to create an opening in the defense. The Cougars able to direct that ball out of bounds.
That's good interplay, too, by the Saints. They just move the ball back and forth a little bit. You don't always have to go forward with your pass, right? You want to make the smart pass, and that's what they did down that right flank. And now here they go. They force the ball down deeper, get yourself into a corner kick situation, and set yourself up for a set piece here.
Corner kick coming up for the Saints, their first. It's an outward curl to the top of the box. Headed softly, and it'll roll out of bounds for a throw-in for North Providence.
Yeah, the intended target there, Catalan Garcia, and he was just, in a good position to receive that ball, but he was so far out from the goal, it's tough to make any sort of strong-headed effort on goal from that sort of distance.
St. Ray's brought their pep band along with their cheerleaders to this game. It's a big match, so why not? No artificial noises allowed except for the pep band.
It would be tough to tell them to go home, huh?
Pack up, get back on the bus.
Yeah.
Going hard, far sideline. One touched, Rays with possession before finally it's booted out of the way by Sebastian Velez.
Well, that was a nice little play there by Travis Chartier, who was controlling that ball, brought it down that right-hand side, took it from the midfield to the right. Great control, trying to establish something. St. Ray's has come out with a strong start to this. You had that one chance for North Providence early, the little mistake at the back for St. Raphael's, and that's pretty much been it so far. I think it's a Saints edge right now, but a very small one in terms of the complexion of the early stages of this game.
11th minute of this match, we're still scoreless. Jack O'Mara, George Bannister here from Cranston Stadium in Cranston, Rhode Island. The 2022 RIIL Boys Division III Soccer Championship presented by Rhode Island Energy here on the NFHS Network. Good defense there by Travis Chartier. Able to send it upfield. One touch by Catalan Garcia. Streaking through the midfield with a little bit of space and speed. Great job by the Cougars to deny that.
Yeah, I think that was Brown who's coming up the middle there and does a good job. Just has to make that one last defender miss. He couldn't. But here come the Saints once more, quickly to win back possession.
In the box before it's denied by Raheem Burgess-Sutton. Drifting over from his center back position to help out on the wing.
Yeah, that's a smart decision by Burgess-Sutton to leave his man to come over and help out that weak side. He's going to have a tall task today in Catalan Garcia marking him on that back line.
50-50 ball in the air, moved toward midfield. Finally, whoa, dangerous play back for Justin Martinez, who got a head on it, and it directs across the touchline. So another corner kick coming up here for North Providence. We've had some difficulties here from the Saints and kind of working defensively, trying to work the play defensively in their third.
Yeah, that's a couple times now. The backline defenders a little panicky with the ball, trying to get it back to their keeper in Martinez. This one was dangerous, and it was lucky that initial ball is played offline, because Martinez can't handle that. If that ball bounces off of him and he's in line with the goal, it's rolling in.
Sebastian Salaya will redo this corner kick, this time from the opposite side. Far side of the field, 27-10 to go here in the first half. In swing, punched out by Martinez, top of the 18, cleared out by the Saints.
Karpowicz does a good job there. He's kind of floating outside that box to do just that and clear that ball. was well defended by the Saints.
Trying to turn defense into offense. It's Pacheco. Hard tackle, and we're going to get a whistle and a foul. Just a foul and a nice help up there by Robson Pinto saying, hey, it's soccer. We're just,
Yeah, I respect that. You know, it's early this stages in this game. It's all, you know, a technical foul. It's nothing malicious in that. He goes over and says, hey, that's just that is. I was going for the ball there. There's no worries. You love that, a little bit of sportsmanship shown by each of the players.
Karpowicz, his free kick headed down by the Cougars. They move it up to the middle third of the field, but having difficulties turning it to their offensive third, and Rays draw a throw in.
Yeah, they just haven't been able to take advantage, right? The couple mistakes at the back, but getting from those clearing efforts for the Cougars so far, they haven't had a lot of time on the ball.
Cougars clear out to midfield. Saints trying to maintain possession here. It's Pacheco. Turns upfield, tries to put the ball into space. Saints maintain possession, but give it away at midfield. Here comes Teixeira. Trying to dribble through the defender. Able to get the ball back. Puts a strike on, and it goes wide to the right post.
That's a heck of a play. Teixeira, he loses the ball, right? Wins it back. Says, all right, I don't really have too many options. I'm just going to take my chances. He wasn't far off. He forces Martinez to make an adjustment there and just missed.
15th minute, still scoreless here. Both teams with pretty solid opportunities. Both teams failing to put it on cage. One touched up ahead by the Cougars and played up the near side. Not sure what the idea was there by Audiello, but it was a little too strong, and Martinez will play it for the Saints.
Yeah, I think Audiello's eyes lit up a little bit. He was like, wow, look how much room I have here. Got a little bit of excitement and fired that one all the way down, but those are the situations. If you're North Providence, you still have to settle in a little bit to this game, right, and take those opportunities, take the advantage, and just dribble that ball out a little bit longer because you're going to force the defense to respond and then give yourself a couple more options.
Ball in the box, drop back a little further from the 25-yard line, back into the box it goes. Service across! Pacheco could have put a touch on it to get it past the diving goalkeeper.
Yeah, that's great play. I think it was Chartier on the far side there who got that ball across, but Pacheco, who's made some nice runs early here from this left wing, finds himself towards that backside post from the delivery point, just out of his reach. But that is a wonderfully set ball.
Carvalho, the senior keeper, fortunate that Pacheco couldn't get a cleat on it. We're going to get a whistle and a foul. Not sure if that was warranted, that foul on Karpowicz, but no booking here, just a warning.
Yeah, he's got the help on the defensive side. I think he just didn't want to lose his man, grabs the jersey a bit too much, and I think it's a routine call.
Service into the box, and it's Karpowicz again who plays that floater defensive position at the edge of the box, denying the Cougars the opportunity.
Not smart there for Pacheco. Just doesn't need to push that up the field quite yet, but his return pass, his back pass is dangerous again.
Possession in the own defensive third. What footwork here on display by Trujillo Artigas. But it's the Cougars as the ball rolls into Martinez, and he boots it out of bounds across the sideline. And the whistle's going to blow. Time is going to stop. Substitution here, so they're going to. Time will continue to roll, but the substitution happens. Audiello will handle the throw in from the near sideline. Into the box it goes. Easily headed out, but it's headed across the out of the touchline, so here comes the set piece for the Cougars.
And so far, it's been a couple of sure-handed touches by Teixeira for the Cougars in the attacking half, into the attacking third. He's probably going to be a big target here as well.
Celaya looking back post, headed out of bounds. Probably caught it off the wrong point of the head on that header.
It's tough trying to time that jump. You just on your way down and the ball's still up in the air, so you're underneath it a little bit more. Not only you're forcing it a bit high, you force it wide.
For those of you tuning in, our first game, to your first game watching this Division III action. It's a multi-purpose field here at Cranston Stadium, so the lines, the touch lines you want to look at are the gold lines all the way around. The gold lines will give you the 18-foot mark, the 6-yard box, and the touch lines both at the end and the sidelines. Those are the lines you want to look for balls rolling out of bounds if you're used to or accustomed to seeing that big white sideline for football. To the near side it comes. Cardarelli try to play it forward for the Cougars. Instead, it's through Trujillo Artigas moving it ahead, trying to find Pacheco, but Cougars shut it down. Ball loose is Teixeira. Good defense here by the Saints, just denying Teixeira the ball and then able to advance it to their offensive third.
They had a great transitional play. Now you get it out wide again. You could set your offense up a little bit.
Pacheco's pass had a little too much mustard. Back for Trujillo Artigas, and he'll just let it roll back to Martinez. Some space along the far side. Too strong of a touch to himself. Will allow the Cougar defenseman to knock it out of bounds with 20 minutes to go. We're halfway through the first stanza. Audiello. Great sliding tackle by Pacheco, so Audiello will have to throw in. A little too quick of a restart there, and we're going to have to do it all over again.
You see the way that the Saints built out of the back on the last possession, if you will, George. That's why they wanted to get that play going so quickly, because they found a little bit of rhythm here, moving the ball up through the midfield.
Yeah, Mike Correa said, no, that was a little too fast. A little too fast. Some physical play, but they'll let him go on. Teixeira loses the handle of the ball. Up the near sideline, it was Pacheco working one-on-one with Audiello. Audiello came away with it. And then almost immediately it's turned over by Celaya. Saints with possession at midfield. 18:50 to go here. First half, we're still scoreless. Good sliding tackle attempt. At least it did its job. It froze Pacheco enough to stop from attacking the ball, and it allowed Audiello to come in and play it.
It was Santos who just came over. He's still trying to fix his shin guard after sliding, right? You're not used to some of those turf beads getting stuck up in there, but it's the right decision, and I think that these back two defenders in Santos and Audiello have their hands full with Pacheco right now, because he's tough to mark. He plays out wide. He can cut inside. He's got good speed. Great on the ball as well.
Toward the middle of the field, it was intended for Velez. Saints momentarily turned it around. Nice little touch up ahead. It's Velez trying to get there. Unable to do so. Good defense there by the Saints, but it's still a corner here for North Providence.
Yeah, Velez, he's had a great season. He leads the team in scoring, and he just shows he outmuscles the defender there. Wins the corner. It's a good run. It's a direct run, and now you set yourself up for a set piece. And the last one wasn't too far off for these Cougars.
Top of the box. Good strike. What a save made by Martinez, and has the wherewithal to just cover it up right afterward.
Yeah, it was Nicholas Upegi who came up from the top, and that's a really tough ball to hit, right? Because it's in between. It's at his waistline, so he's got to get his foot all the way up there.
Comes another set piece for North Providence.
So for him to get that a directional shot on goal and also to figure out how to get his foot up that high. It's pretty impressive and get that pace behind it. It was well taken, and Martinez was up to the task.
Comes an outward service. It's Martinez near the penalty kick marker, grabbing that out of the air.
Yeah, he's strong. You can see he's got strong hands, and just watching him take warm-ups. So it's like this. It's going to be difficult to beat him in this game. He's just so sharp, quick, so sure-handed, makes the right decision.
Pacheco coming back to the defensive third to assist. Gets a return pass. His pass to the midfield a little too soft. So here comes Cardarelli. Try to lead Teixeira a little too far, and in the 18-yard box, it's Martinez just swallowing it up.
Celaya originally who came back and it good in defensive, kind of your structure there. It looks like what North Providence is doing is two holding midfielders in Celaya and Upegi, and then you have the three across, then the one solo striker is Teixeira. So you're seeing that a lot in the game of soccer right now, is that sort of styled formation, two true number 6 defenders on top of your back four. That's the formation that looks like it's kind of solidified here in the first 25 minutes or so.
Big hop off the turf. Saints able to play it far side. Working 1-on-2, however, as the Cougars defense shut down the Saints. 15-20 to go here, first half, still scoreless. Field has kind of been tilted here down to our right as North Providence has had a lot of control in their offensive third, but haven't really put any dangerous opportunities on goal.
Yeah, we've seen it kind of flip back and forth, right? I feel like the Saints came out with a good sort of energy. They had some moments where they tested the North Providence back line, and then the Cougars have settled in a little bit more, and some unwaveringness of St. Ray's defensive line has forced the white jerseys up a little bit further up the pitch. So, again, pretty balanced, right? That's kind of what we were thinking at the start of this match, that these two teams would be toe-to-toe, 1 seed versus a 2 seed. And it's interesting, too. I mean, St. Ray's, they had both victories in the regular season. So at this point for North Providence, they say, hey, we're not going to let you sweep us. We're going to play up to you in this situation.
Well, at some point you would think with the offensive pressure, St. Ray's has been pretty much resolvent in kicking that ball across the touchline and saying, okay, beat us with your set pieces. Mm-hmm. But will that eventually come back to bite them?
Yeah, it very well could. It's a matter of taking those at the right time, too. You don't want to give up too many.
Down to 13:45 to go here in the first half. We're still scoreless in the RIIL Boys Division III Soccer Championships presented by Rhode Island Energy here on the NFHS Network. Alongside Jack O'Mara, George Bannister, our cameraman Scott Tooker, and our fearless producer Jeff Lane. That's our entire crew here from Cranston Stadium in Cranston, Rhode Island. We've had a fantastic day of football here. 2 great games, play-wise and officiating-wise, and this one's shaping up to be the same here as we get a whistle, and we'll see where they set this free kick up from.
Just outside the box here. This is going to be the best opportunity of the day for either side, and just I think on the follow-through here, when St. Ray's, they were trying to push it up forward, just a little bit of a misplay here. I think it looks like Reginald Brown is going to stand over this.
It's from the 20, and you can hear the North Providence crowd chanting, Reggie, Reggie, Reggie. I would gather to think you are correct. 12:33 and rolling to go first half. Chance goes right into the wall. Ball still loose, and the Cougars able to clear it out of harm's way.
Yeah, well done. Obviously, the strike, it didn't get enough underneath it, right? But then to follow up on the second ball and clear the danger area, well done there by the Cougars.
12:05 to go here, first half. Trujillo Artigas to execute this throw-in for the Saints. Good touch by Pacheco. Return pass had a little too much pace behind it, and it'll go out of bounds for a throw-in for Audiello.
It's good coverage there. Audiello's coming back. There really isn't much space to put that ball in, but it's on those plays right there. You can't just give the ball away quickly. You did well to win possession back, and then all of a sudden you're just giving it right back to St. Ray's.
Kept alive along the far sideline. Saints able to turn it around with some possession at midfield momentarily at least. Cougars come away with it. Ball into space. I don't know, Luca Cardarelli seems to be kind of in no man's land here on the near hash mark. If the Cougars can somehow find him, maybe he can get on a run. Instead, it's Pacheco now. Good footwork, but better defense from Audiello.
Just take your time here, Peggy on the ball.
Ball through for Velez, but the Rays sniff it out and turn it around. Down to 10:37 to go here in the first half. We're still scoreless. Goal kick coming up for Justin Martinez, the senior goalkeeper.
You know, George, sometimes you say, hey, teams are defending so well, there's no chance for either one of these teams to score. The feeling right now is neither of the attacking sides have done enough to be convincing enough, right, of anything that's worth of mention. Like, the danger hasn't been far too much at this point, stage of the game.
Really, if you're talking in regards to that situation, there was one ball through the 6-yard box that Pacheco couldn't get a cleat on for St. Ray's that would have really turned the tide on this game immediately. It was a good service, and Pacheco just a half step, not even a full step, a half step too slow.
Yeah, that was the one play so far in this game.
To the top of the 18 it goes before the Cougars send it back out the other way. Battle at midfield, two aside. St. Ray's comes away with it, drops it back into their defensive third to get things started. Final 9 minutes here of the first half. Fans starting to get a little worrisome and restless here.
Frustration building from them, right? They want that second player in there to help out. You got a lot of St. Ray's fans in front of you in this half of the field, kind of where we're located.
Martinez plays it, keeps it on the deck, rolling it out. I think that's a smarter play here. Allow your players to get into space and maybe create something. And here's Cardarelli. Here's the opportunity we were just talking about him having, and it's going to be a goal kick here. Great defense by the Saints.
Yeah, you said it, George. He's been in some space tonight, and he just hasn't had the opportunity to come out and find the ball at his feet. The Cougars haven't been able to get the ball to his feet. He's going to take a well-needed rest in the final couple minutes here of this first half.
That's going to be Danny Giraldo coming in, the junior.
Yeah, he goes to the center and then over to the right-hand side. Velez will move to kind of that right wing position that Cardarelli comes away from.
A little too much contact, a little too much pulling there by Reginald Brown, and rightfully so. Referee Mike Correa blew the whistle and blew it dead for the free kick with 7:35 to go here in the first half.
A relatively clean game. He's in the right position. He's right in front of it. It's a good call. Just grabbing the jersey, pulling him down.
If it was just legs going after the ball, that whistle doesn't get blown. But because it's the pull of the jersey, that's what drew the whistle.
Yeah, Brown's kind of in that awkward position. Again, nice play by Martinez, but he's in that awkward position, right? He's got no real chance at getting to the ball, so it makes it real simple for the official to blow his whistle.
Cougars trying to work the ball up the far sideline. Instead, it's a throw-in for the Saints. Final 7 minutes of the first half, we're still scoreless. Ball goes in the box. Great defensive play by the Cougars. It'll lead to a St. Ray's corner, however, on the far side. We haven't seen many of these. A set piece for St. Ray's. Their best opportunity came from about 20 yards out. And as you mentioned, Reginald Browns didn't get underneath enough on that ball, so it hit the furthest player on the wall. Outward service. Ball goes to the near post. Handled by Carvalho.
Yeah, it was a well-taken corner, and it came down. I think a couple of the Cougars probably had an opportunity to make a play on that ball, just kind of mistimed it, and it ended up coming down to the head of Alberto Plasco Pastor, and he headed it on goal, and it was Carvalho who had to make a save. I think it probably would have glanced off the post if it got through, but either way, it was a good chance, and I think the Cougars could have done a better job at clearing that ball.
There's some control possession here by the Saints right at midfield. Good footwork there by Juan Matrillero Artegas before he sends it back to his defensive third. Final 5:35 of the first half. We're scoreless. Up the field, Gartu able to knock it down with his chest. Ball kicked out of bounds, but it went off a Rays player, so a quick throw in here for the Cougars. They try to catch St. Ray's kind of sleeping, but the midfield was wide awake and able to turn it back into the offensive third. Ball intended for Audiello, who was trying to run up the near sideline, just too much pace, and it'll roll across the touchline with 4:53 to go here in the first half.
Yeah, you see the idea there. The run from Audiello comes so early. It's a great idea, but again, it's just tough to keep those sorts of passes under control, right, and put the right amount of pop on that ball to get it down to the wing back. But I love the chance. I love the risk being taken there. It's a good idea. It just wasn't executed.
It's a third time in a possession where the ball's gone to the far third of the field, and you've seen three purple and gold jerseys kind of converge before the forward is able to get to it for the Cougars. Just a matter of getting some open space. Oh, here's an opportunity and a great slide tackle. It'll go out of bounds. That's a clean tackle. That was all ball first. And a good no call there from Mike Correa.
Yeah, it's a great play. It's Sebastian Gutierrez who comes over and is aggressive, commits to it, keeps his studs down. It's a good play.
Loose toward the midfield. One touched up ahead for Danny Giraldo. A little too far, though. And that vaunted backfield of the Rays, of those three backs. We're going to get a free kick here.
Well, there's still time to get something set up. So if you're the Cougars, got to load up here. Get some bodies in front. I see that space in the middle there. Everyone's kind of flanked to the outside here.
Toward the back post. Off a deflection. Ball stays loose, and Martinez covers it up. But there's a St. Ray's player down near the near post. That was Sebastian Velez coming in hard on a run. Martinez made the initial stop. The ball kind of squirted loose, and he quickly picked it right up.
And I think at the end of it, they do call a foul on Velez for a little bit of a push to the back, which is why you saw one of those Saints players hit the deck, and it ends up being no harm, no foul for St. Ray's.
Both teams trading services to their offensive thirds. Finally, Cougars able to get something going here. It's a one touch to Velez in the box. Velez across the touchline, eludes a defender. Ball pops up in the air to the near sideline. Rays get it out of dangerous territory. Goes off Audiello for a throw, and no, they're going to say it went off a St. Ray's player. So Audiello will do the throw in here with 2:05 to go in the first half. Sebastian Celaya was kind of asleep at the wheel there. I think Audiello wanted to get that ball into him.
And as a result, it's a turnover, right? It goes right back to St. Ray's.
Heavy contact there. We're going to get a foul. Just an ordinary foul. Oh, no, they're going to give him a booking.
Stop the clock.
Oh, okay. Well, I agree with the St. Ray's faithful there. It's been physical all day long, and we get our first booking here with 1:46 to go in the first half. The Saints player, rightfully so, is probably asking, hey, what was it? What a part of that?
An explanation, yeah.
Yeah, what part of that caused the booking? Free kick here as soon as the whistle sounds to restart the clock. Toward net, punched out by Martinez. That was aimed for the upper 90 in the far post. Martinez had to make the stop. What a service from about 40 yards out.
Yeah, Logan Santos makes no mistake. I mean, he hit it as well as you could hit one from that sort of distance. And Martinez, again, up to the task, but probably wasn't thinking that he'd need to be on the direct kick. He's probably waiting for the cross to come in and somebody receive it. But that's a heck of an effort for Santos, and one could argue that was the best shot of the day for the Cougars.
We're down to the final 65 seconds here of the first half. Still scoreless.
We have 1 minute in the first half, 1 minute first half.
And you hear the announcement, final 60 seconds. Saints, since that opportunity, since that crossover for Pacheco with about 21 minutes remaining, haven't really had anything on goal save for that free kick for Reggie Brown from 20 yards out.
Yeah, the Cougars have definitely done a better job at maintaining possession of the ball, also getting it into the attacking half, trying to create some chances like this. Nice touches through the midfield. It's just about making that pass.
Gutierrez tackled pretty hard. That's just going to be a foul. Yeah. North Providence wants a booking for this. Gutierrez rolling around, but he's a soccer player. He'll pop right back up and continue playing.
It's on Karpowicz. Wow, Pacheco, he got close. Is that 10 yards?
I don't think that was 10 yards, but the horn sounds for 0-0 at the end of the first half. We're 0-0, but that doesn't mean there was no excitement here. And Mike Correa having a conversation with some of the North Providence players there near midfield.
Yeah, I think they all wanted an explanation because they got the block there, but that might have been an infraction. Either way, let the clock run to 0, and there are zeros next to either team's name.
We're scoreless at the end of the first half. Second-seeded North Providence, top-seeded St. Ray's. It's the RIIL 2022 Boys Division III Soccer Championships presented by Rhode Island Energy here on the NFHS Network.
At Ortho Rhode Island, we've built the future of orthopedic care around an important foundation, you. Our experienced surgeons and specialists offer the full spectrum of orthopedic care with leading-edge treatments and technology and a one-of-a-kind patient experience. From diagnosis to outpatient surgery, physical and occupational therapy, acute injury care, and advanced imaging, we make you the cornerstone of innovative care. To learn more or schedule an appointment, visit orthopedicsri.com.
I don't wear a seatbelt. It's too confining and restrictive.
Michael Crawford, 340. Michael Crawford, 340.
What do you expect from that first job out of college? Working your way up from the bottom? Instead, how does this sound? Starting in a guaranteed leadership position with people who look to you for guidance because you're trained to give it, and make important decisions in critical situations. Skip entry level. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
At Ortho Rhode Island, we've built the future of orthopedic care around an important foundation, you. Our experienced surgeons and specialists offer the full spectrum of orthopedic care with leading-edge treatments and technology and a one-of
restrictive.
Instead, how does this sound? Starting in a guaranteed leadership position with people who look to you for guidance because you're trained to give it, and make important decisions in critical situations. Skip entry level. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
At Ortho Rhode Island, we've built the future of orthopedic care around an important foundation, you. Our experienced surgeons and specialists offer the full spectrum of orthopedic care with leading-edge treatments and technology and a one-of-a-kind patient experience. From diagnosis to outpatient surgery, physical and occupational therapy, acute injury care, and advanced imaging, we make you the cornerstone of innovative care. To learn more or schedule an appointment, visit orthopedicsri.com.
Back here at Cranston Stadium in Cranston, Rhode Island. Alongside Jack O'Mara, George Bannister, these two teams have been flying out and ready to go since before kickoff. There were still 2 minutes left at halftime, and they were both on the field, all 22 players ready to go.
They're like, let's go. It's a 0-0 scoreline. We want to get back out there. We want to keep the mojo going because they had started, both teams had started to get that mojo right towards the end of that first half. They want to keep that going. They don't want the break to be as long. I respect it.
They were waiting for referee Mike Correa, and then we had to stop the clock and reset the official score clock here at Cranston Stadium. It's 0-0. One good chance apiece for both teams in that first half. The chance for St. Ray's went just past the cleat of Pacheco, and the one good chance for North Providence came from about 40 yards out on a big boot on a free kick that Martinez had to handle and set aside. Across to the back post, the header goes wide.
Pacheco again. He's been involved in a lot of offensive moments so far for St. Ray's. It gets a chance there. They win the ball back. A good start to this half.
Audiello has played good defense except for two plays. One of the plays, fortunately for him, Pacheco couldn't get a cleat on it. That play, his header goes wide. But that's the matchup to watch here down at our end to our right is Audiello and Pacheco. And then over to our left, it's going to be the three backs for St. Ray's who have played very well this game, not allowing North Providence to get anything situated inside the 20.
Yeah, there just hasn't been a ton of room towards the middle for North Providence. They've had to rely pretty much on the outskirts, right? Even good midfield play. We've seen some combination passing's been good, but once you get to like that 25-yard line, things just clamp down, and the Saints are so sure-handed on that defensive end. You see right here, again, North Providence on the ball. Boom, defenders right there quick.
That time the ball didn't even reach the 30 before the Saints are able to clamp down. Miss hit here. Pacheco, what a volley with his back heel, and it rolls out, and Carvalho says, no, I'll just come out and play it.
Yeah, that's a smart play, and a little, see what I can do here. That's a smart play, a difficult play to make because of the way you have your back turned. Just flick that ball forward.
Try to get inside the 20-yard line, and Brown making a great defensive play denying that for the Saints. Teixeira forced to kick that ball. Celaya forced to kick that ball out of bounds. So the Saints have it momentarily for a throw-in, and they'll do so again here. Just underway, second half. We're still scoreless in this Division III championship game. Both fan bases a little impatient, edge of their seats here, as neither team has been able to take true control of this game. I wonder if maybe a possession game to kind of help things open up a little might benefit these two teams who have been playing at a frenetic pace for almost the entirety of this match.
Yeah, I think it's all about the patience, right? You need to just take a deep breath, take an extra second, settle yourself down. Look at North Providence. I mean, they're just firing the ball when it comes to their feet.
Ball comes down, a chance. What a save by Martinez. Second big save by Justin Martinez. This time he denied Jason Reed.
That's a tough shot to pull off, too. Reed's kind of falling away from it. Squares it up, tees it up. Martinez, the strong save, has the defender help to clear the line.
North Providence pushing the action again. Saints able to get it to midfield and then further out. Bad pass leads to a turnover, but the Cougars can't advance it past the 45-yard line. Service into the box, handled out by the Cougars. Comes to the near sideline and booted out. Thought that ball went out of bounds, and it did. The assistant referee has his flag up. Throw in for St. Ray's here with 35-37 to go in the second half. Milo Crisp on this throw-in. Service into the box. Ball goes through a couple of North Providence defenders, but it touches a cleat of a North Providence defender, so we're going to get a corner kick here for for St. Ray's.
Yeah, that's good ball in, right? You keep it low. You're forcing those defenders to make a play on the ball. It's caught in between, right? It might bounce a little bit, and you see how difficult it was for them to handle it on that back line. Now you have an opportunity to get yourself set piece here from the far side corner.
They're going to keep it on the turf. They go short. A give and go, a chance. Curls wide and then rolls out of bounds for a North Providence throw-in. Ball was a mishit from the edge of the box. I like the idea, though, the give and go instead of the hard service into the box. You're fighting against the wind anyway, so if that out curl is going to be held up by the wind, your best bet is to keep it on the deck.
Yeah, and it also changes the mindset of the defensive line, right? And Carvalho almost mishandled that, but you get your defenders set for one play. The little drop-off pass means they have to come out and then reset themselves again a second time. So it keeps them a little bit on their toes. It forces them to make basically a second set of setup.
Pacheco on the cross, handled by Carvalho. That was a weird fall by Carvalho, but he'll swallow it up. 33-43 to go here in the second half. We're still scoreless. What a job by the St. Ray's midfielders coming back to help out. And here's the back line just clearing it from the 18. Far sideline. Taken away by the Saints. It's Pacheco. Puts it into space. Tries to get a run into the 18. And a great defensive play by North Providence. Gets that ball out along the sideline for a throw-in.
Yeah, Burgess Sutton again. You've seen him a couple times come off of his defensive back line and just make a play. That time it was a tackle. A couple other times, key intercepts to force the ball back through the midfield.
Here's a chance. Ball intended for Teixeira on the far side. Just too much English. Took a weird bounce off the turf and went out of bounds. Rays with possession. Into space near the top of the 18, cleared out by the Cougars. Down to 32-20 to go here in the second half. We're still scoreless with the RIIL Boys Division III Championships presented by Rhode Island Energy here on the NFHS Network. Good one touch. Return pass for Teixeira. He's on a run. Again, the Saints defense just clamped down. Try to turn it around and send the ball back into their offensive third.
Yeah, they were back in numbers. They had a lot of players back in there, and then you're just able to force it up through the midfield, create some space.
Big drive from 25 yards out would be a field goal if we're playing American football. 31-35 will get a goal kick here from Carvalho.
Yeah, Chartier still a little bit too excited on that one. That's a tough shot to pull off, right? Because he's rolling to his right a little bit. So you got to get that one on target, and you just see how the ball kind of flared away from the goal because of how the ball is rolling, and just a tough shot to pull off.
Reggie Brown fighting for possession at midfield, able to come away with it for the Saints, puts it into space. One touch for Pacheco, gets it into the box. Danger here, and the Cougars able to kick it out of harm's way.
Yeah, that's a great reactionary play there by Santos, because Carvalho thought about coming out of his cage to come play that ball, but he was kind of caught in no man's land, so Santos had to come in and help out. Danger coming up here from the Saints.
Throw in, settles in the box, kicked out by the Cougars, and then finally booted to midfield. Teixeira played it too soon. So the Saints able to turn it back into their offensive third, but the Cougars shut that down. And here's something. We haven't seen those three backs for St. Ray's really advance past the 35-yard line on their own defensive third of the field. So they're pretty much stationed back there, not allowing any Cougar to kind of get behind them for a dangerous opportunity.
Yeah, they're disciplined, right? And it's the system that they play. You want to keep everybody in position, right, on the back line. You don't need to overindulge, right? You don't want to move too far up along the pitch and expose yourself on that back line. And it's been effective here. Obviously, it hurts you when you're trying to move forward and you're trying to bring attackers into the play. But that's okay. You keep zeros on the board from a defensive standpoint. You're happy with that, regardless of your goal performance.
Now you got to kind of figure out your offensive standpoint here. 29-18 and rolling to go here in the second half. We're scoreless, 0-0. Alongside Jack O'Mara, George Bannister here, our camera operator Scott Tooker, our producer Jeff Lane, our entire crew here from Cranston Stadium in Cranston, Rhode Island. Ball at midfield. Played down. Brown plays it forward to the offensive third. Both teams now starting to clamp down near the 30-yard line at each third of the field to prevent anything big from happening. We're going to get a foul here, so a free kick coming up from about the 35-yard line, and we've seen some pretty big legs all day today, Jack. This one could very well go on goal.
Yeah, that's a great play, physical play there by Pinto, and we haven't seen too much from North Providence from a set-piece perspective to start this game. We had that one shot from Santos, who comes in to take this one again. A little bit closer here. Let's see what he does. Does he go for the cross, or does he try to put one on goal here and force a save out of Martinez?
Santos, big right foot, misses everything. So here comes a goal kick for Justin Martinez with 27:50 to go in the second half.
Perhaps he didn't realize he was that close.
Well, also kicking into the wind, he probably thought, I need to put a little extra oomph into this. Ball sent to midfield. Played there, Gartsu. Try to move it up. Good one touch by Teixeira. Into the box they come. Service across. The header goes just wide. Best opportunity of the night. What a feed by Jason Reed. And the Cougars put it just wide.
Oh, the combination play there between Teixeira, who started it originally. Then it was Velez who carried it forward. Finds it out for Reed. It was a very unselfish pass for Reed. He gets it right back. A beautiful cross, and it's just a little bit too tight to the post, right? He can't get that turned enough towards the goal frame. Just shot it wide. That was the best chance for the Cougars all night long.
26:42 to go, second half. We're scoreless. Service into the box, easily put away by the Cougars. To the middle third of the field, it's Reed. Too strong up ahead for Teixeira. And that back line now starting to creep a little more forward here for North Providence. Trying to catch it before it goes across the touchline on the Saints, and it'll roll harmlessly across for a goal kick for Carvalho here with 26 minutes to go.
Yeah, and I think I'd probably lean to say that St. Ray's won that first half in terms of quality play. I think North Providence has the edge right here in this second half. They've been direct. They've had good chances, and a lot of what we've seen so far on the attacking end has come from this left-hand side with Reed. He's made a lot of direct runs. He's created some plays, and obviously he's got that beautiful cross into the box.
Here's a turnover. Celaya, top of the box. His shot, I thought it hit a North Providence, a St. Ray's player, but they're going to say it went across the touchline off his foot, so here comes a goal kick.
Yeah, he just gets pushed a little bit, right? It's all clean in the rule book. It's all legal push, but because he feels that extra pressure, he can't come on top of the ball. He's leaning a little bit to his right, falling over a little bit, forces that shot easily wide.
At midfield, North Providence again coming away with possession. They're starting to feel it here offensively. About midway through this second half. Cougars throw in from the far sideline. Serviced into the box, trying to settle it was Velez. Comes out to the midfield. It's Celaya. Brown for the Saints. Touch to the middle of the field. It's Pacheco. Pacheco got roughed up. No foul. They're going to play on. Service inside the box and cleared out by the Cougars.
I like that no call again. I think it's the right decision. That's ball contact there, and
yeah. I mean, the defender came in hard and fast, but it was ball contact, and Pacheco going after the ball. He just hit and took a tumble. Pacheco tried a bicycle kick from the inside the 18. Unsuccessful, but we're going to get a corner kick here for the Saints with 23:56 to go and rolling here in the second half.
And that's much better from St. Ray's, right? That direct play, that play through the middle right there, it forces an almost foul, right? And Pacheco's involved once again. Now you have an opportunity with the set piece.
In swing, punched out by Carvalho. Saints putting on some pressure here. Trujillo Artigas to throw in. Turning with it, Reed forces a turnover and now the throw in for North Providence.
Strong hands from Carvalho on the.
And now the official referee is going to override the assistant referee for a throw in for St. Ray's. That's been allowed all game long, that physicality there. And I understand you're a big fan, and it may have been against your kid, but that play's been allowed all game long, and for them to be up in arms for something like that. 22:50 to go. Here comes another corner kick for St. Ray's. Now, we've seen this end of the field has seen the majority of the corner kicks. First half it was North Providence. Here now it's St. Ray's, but you see the winds whipping on that flag.
I would like to see them go to that short game again, that drop-off pass. Again, force for Providence to get set defensively
In
twice.
the box, left hand, kicked out, another chance! Brown again misses. Brown on the miss hit on the free kick, and then there on the half volley, gets underneath it and misses the crossbar.
Well, the cross came in. It was a dangerous one. You see the North Providence defenders freeze almost. They're frozen, stuck in the mud, and then the ball comes out to Brown, who's had a couple of good chances in this game, right? And he just gets underneath it. Again, tough to handle that bouncing ball, pushes it over the crossbar.
22 minutes to go. Going to whistle. Any physicality in the air is going to be whistled. It's been all game long. It's been all day long, really. Any physicality on a ball in the air, it's a dangerous play. They're going to whistle it for the foul. No bookings are here, so that's okay. 21 and a half to go here in the second stanza of this match. We're still scoreless, but not because of a lack of opportunity.
Yeah, this second half's been much more open. The chances have gone both ways, right? You start to see St. Ray's finally back into this game. You know, from a momentum standpoint, it was all North Providence in that first maybe 15 minutes or so. The last 5 have been heavily favored of St. Ray's, so good chances on either ends. This is what you expect out of these championship games.
Service across. It looked like it may have hit a hand, but the officials just let them play on.
It was Santos.
Saints try to move it upfield. Good fancy footwork there by Karpowicz. Able to advance through, still free in the box, puts it on Gage. Save made Carvalho.
Karpowicz, that's a great run to avoid that many defenders. Dribbles through. But when you get to that stage, right, because of the angle he's at, he's got 2 options, one to hit it with power, one to just try to put it on frame. He goes with the goal frame, a little bit off balance. Routine for Carvalho in the end.
Final 20 minutes of the second half. At the touchline. Ball stays in play. Cougars have the opportunity to turn it into the middle third of the field. A little bit of a difficult time doing so to begin with. Gutierrez gets whistled for the offensive push-off, so here comes a free kick for the Saints.
Just trying to do a little bit too much there, Gutierrez. He gets the ball at his feet, over-dribbling a little bit too much. Yeah, it's about making it simple, right? You don't have to complicate things at this stage of the game.
Big drive from 33 yards out, knocked down by Carvalho. He'll quickly move it upfield. Yeah, he had Jason Reed on the near sideline should he wanted help. Instead, he took it himself.
Just make that simple pass, and St. Ray's going for it, going for the long ball, too. This game has turned into sort of a helter-skelter mentality.
19-12 to go here in the second half. We're still scoreless. Throw-in coming from Milo Crisp. Good read by the Cougar defense to get it upfield. Teixeira right at the 50. Turns, drops it off for Reed. Trying to return to Teixeira. Gets kicked out of bounds by the Saints, so we'll have a throw-in for North Providence.
Yeah, Teixeira does so well as that number 9 role. Hold up play, let Reed come to him a little bit, force the ball out of bounds, keep possession.
Saints back line denies the opportunity for the Cougars. 18:35 and rolling here in the second half. We're still tied at 0. The 2022 RIIL Boys Division III Soccer Championship presented by Rhode Island Energy here on the NFHS Network alongside we're going to get a foul on the field. And there's a St. Ray's player is now tying his shoes, so we're going to delay a little before the start of this free kick here.
And dating back to that first half, the North Providence Cougars, they want that 10 yards of room to get that free kick off.
Yeah, that was almost a bit of contention there by North Providence toward the end of that first half as they felt that Pacheco wasn't in that 10-yard space. Alongside Jack O'Mara, George Bannister here with our entire crew. Scott Tooker, our camera operator. Jeff Lane, our producer. Our executive producer, Jared Ware, checking in on us, making sure not only this broadcast, but many other broadcasts across New England are going just fine. 17:25 to go here in the second half. We're still scoreless. This game kind of feels like maybe one will do it, especially as we get closer and closer to the final 15 minutes.
I think at this point you have to start to think that way as a player, as a coach. You start to say, let's, pull forward, because it's either going to find its way to the overtime period, or you could sneak one here. And it's just the quality chances, as much as they've increased over the last 10, 15 minutes or so, they're still pretty much hard to come by, right? We still haven't seen either goaltender make big saves multiple times, right? You could pinpoint one or two on each side, but the chances haven't piled up yet for one team or the other. So as this game continues to roll, at the way that it's developing, how open it is, I think that's going to continue.
Rays trying to service it into their own third of the field. North Providence, dangerous ball into their own 6-yard box. Oh, my goodness. We saw St. Ray's with difficulty in their own defensive third with some passing and setting up their own offense, and almost costly there for North Providence.
Yeah, Santos and Carvalho just not on the same page.
Through ball up the far side, a little too strong. Sliding out is Justin Martinez.
I just think that pass can be a little bit better. I know you're trying to find that run or
lofted in toward the offensive third. Teixeira trying to fight for it. Coming over is Gartzu. He can't get there either. Saints move it to midfield and gain possession. And through ball for Pacheco, denied by the Cougars. Here's a chance from the 25, and we get a goal! Upper 90, far post, 1-0 Saints!
that was stunning.
What a strike from 25 yards out! Travis Chartier with the goal.
He's had a couple moments. He has. He found it in space. So much time on the ball. Strikes it. No mistake. I mean, can you say goal of the day? Unbelievable.
I think so. We've seen our fair share of goals, including a penalty kick goal that was just a laser beam. But that ball by Travis Chartier from 25 yards out, beyond the hash mark to hit the upper 90 on the far post, just a tremendous shot.
To hit that with that sort of pace from that distance, that placement in the goal, it's professionals have trouble doing that. That is a goal to remember for Chartier, and a goal that might very well send St. Ray's on their way to a championship here. There's still time to play, but that's the sort of goal that you hang your hat on. You say those are the types of goals that win you championships.
Under 15 to go here in the second half. Just a tremendous, tremendous shot by Chartier. And now you could sense the pressure and the urgency here from North Providence as they try to move the ball to the middle third and offensive third here.
And this St. Ray's fan group that has come out in droves here, a lot of purple, a lot of gold in the crowd. Man, the eruption when that ball hit that back of the net, it was unbelievable. The positivity here on the right side of this stands now is elated.
Pacheco moves it forward. And that's a foul. Yes, it is. No booking, but a foul. It'll be a free kick. Actually, we are going to get a booking here as the clock was stopped.
Oh, that's Santos there. The slate slides in, misses the ball, trips the attacking player. It's your pretty black and white when it comes to a yellow card. It's an easy one.
Brown and Pacheco are over the ball, 22 yards out. Pro goal and pro celebration by Chartier, doing the double knee slide toward that penalty corner flag, or the corner kick flag. 13:49 to go. Brown, oh no, they're going to whistle it. There wasn't a whistle. There wasn't the ready-to-go whistle to start it.
Yep, you got to wait for the whistle. You got to wait for the official's whistle. And again, that's kind of the theme of this game, right? Ready to go before everybody else is, these two teams.
And now they may have given away what they were trying to do. Brown trying to hit.
Love the idea.
Pacheco on a run. This time Brown takes a shot, skips just wide. Third time Brown has had the ball on his foot to try to get it in the back of the net. Third time he's just missed.
He tested Carvalho. I think he had that post covered there, but I like that decision for Brown. Hey, all right, our set play was pretty much given up. Let me just go for it here. This is the sort of distance. If I put some pace on it, I might come away with something.
Good stop by Karpowicz. Ball service to the far side for Pacheco. He couldn't control it, but he did turn around and give that thumbs up to Karpowicz and say, I like the idea. Let's try that again sometime.
Yeah, that was good. That was a good decision, Karpowicz. It's a good delivery, just a little bit too much on it, but he sees that player on the far side, and Pacheco comes open a little bit. He's got that space. It's the right idea.
Pacheco into space. He was looking for Cesar Wayanka, and instead North Providence moves it up ahead. Finally inside the 25. And there come 3 purple and gold jerseys to shut it down with 12.5 to go here in the second stanza of this Boys Division III Soccer Championship. Service across, and I think Gartu didn't read that ball properly. He thought that ball was going to take a hop before it actually did, and he kind of had his foot out for a half volley to settle it. And it never happened.
Yeah, it's one of those in-betweeners that you kind of get caught, right? You're expecting that little half ball, and it turns into what eventually becomes a St. Ray's ball.
At the midfield, a lot of contact there as Upegui gets whistled for the foul. Free kick here for St. Ray's with 11:40 to go here in the second half.
Yeah, some frustration coming out of the Cougars right now. You know, losing possession of the ball, trying to make up for it in a quick fashion results in sloppy fouls, and you just have to give yourself a breather here. There's still plenty of time to set yourself here, make some smart decisions, get possession, try to get some momentum back on your side, and this is still a game in which you can come back and force an overtime period, get 1 goal back. That's all you need.
Wayanka tried to play it to himself at the touchline, able to keep it in, but
well done.
Both Cougar defenders able to clear it out of harm's way, but it's a throw-in coming up for Milo Crisp.
And that's the dirty work, right? Those are the plays that don't show up on your stat line, but it keeps possession in the Saints' favor and just gives them the opportunity to control the ball, control some of this time left in the game. That's a good call.
The right call there by Mike Correa.
I know that the Saints fans are not happy about it, but Chartier grabs the arm as the player's moving away from him. It's an easy one.
Ball comes to the near side. It's Gartu. Gains the 40, loses his footing. Ball sent back down the other way. Played there by Carvalho. 10-15 and rolling to go here. Second half. St. Ray's with a 1-0 lead on a tremendous goal from 25 yards out by Travis Chartier here in the second half. Service into the 18-yard box. Both times the Cougars able to get it out of there. Ball just sent back to Justin Martinez, who quickly moves it upfield. Good positioning, and now a good run here for the Saints. At midfield, we're going to get a whistle. And here comes the booking. unhappy about it is Raheem Burgess Sutton, but that is a yellow.
Yeah, it's the right call here again. That ball's rolling away from him. He's late. It's a trip attacking player who's moving forward in Catalan Garcia. He's got an opportunity to go towards goal. It's just a last-ditch effort to try to slow down the attacker. It doesn't come. That's the second booking here in this half for the Cougars, and a dangerous opportunity with Pacheco standing over the ball trying to double lead.
23 yards out is Pacheco. We'll see what he tries to do with 9.5 to go. Left foot going up top, and he misses the crossbar.
Well struck. Great pace. Just didn't get the dip on it. He got it over the wall. No dip. Just misses.
Trying to one-touch it to himself was Kalaki instead. Goes out of bounds and a throw-in for St. Ray's here with 9 minutes to go. Right now it feels like our camera and our positioning here in our broadcast booth has been all facing toward our right, as St. Ray's has dominated possession and has kept the ball in their offensive third. More than anything, it's been killing a lot of time off this clock.
Yeah, you just haven't seen anything from the Cougars, and another misplay there by Celaya. Just gave it away.
Good dribbling along the touch line.
You just see that the Saints, they never panicked, even with the push, right? The Cougars had some good push, especially to start the second half. They never panicked. They settled themselves down and generated some quality possession time. And then when your opportunity is in front of you, like it was for Chartier, he just took it, right? And he said, all right, I've got all this space. I'm just going to let one go. And it comes to work out in their favor.
At some point, I know North Providence, you're afraid of another offensive push here by St. Ray's, but you got to start getting people upfield, closer to the midfield mark, to try to attack any ball handler in order to get possession.
Yeah, you gotta press up. You gotta start to see your center backs, your full backs push up a little bit more and hold the higher line, because it's just not gonna fare well if you don't have those bodies in there. Another late challenge. Wouldn't be surprised if this is a booking.
This time Mike Correa lets it go. 7:24 to go here in the second half. At midfield, Celaya tries to move it forward. First real misplay by that St. Ray's back line, but Justin Martinez smartly there to pick it up.
They tracked that ball well, and that's what happens. If your defender makes a mistake, you're behind him to clean it up. And again, no real presence from the Cougars in that forward movement, so it's routine. There's no pressure on Martinez, and he can just take his time, again, kill some more time, and also just scoop that ball up.
50-50 ball. Pacheco couldn't quite come away with it, but it's a clean play. But more than anything else, time is just running out here. Handball against, they're going to say St. Ray's, so North Providence with a free kick here.
Yeah, this is a huge chance. This is a good opportunity, too. Get those white jerseys up into the 18-yard box. Create some traffic in there. Again, it's a difficult free kick because it's not necessarily off to one side, so you can't whip it in. You can't create that sideline cross. Try to pop it in there, create some traffic.
Celaya well wide of the near post. We're approaching 6 minutes to go here in the second half.
Yeah, he's trying to just power one through, miss all the bodies, and hopefully just skip in and find its way to the back of the net. From that sort of distance, you're going to need a lot of things to kind of work out in your favor. One ball, you just kind of want to again, cross that ball in. Let one of your big forwards attack it and get an opportunity to put a cross in.
Jason Reed back out on the pitch for the North Providence Cougars. Ball goes deep for the Cougars, but the St. Ray's back line again denying that opportunity. Audiello, far side. Services one weakly into the box, and it gets punched out by the Rays defense. Tough challenge. We're going to get a booking here. Against who? It's going to be against the North Providence players, so it'll be St. Ray's ball and a free kick.
That's Santos again, and I think
he's
that's
done.
his second. Yep.
I think he's done.
Yep.
That's his second yellow, so he is done for the contest with 5:04 to go here in the second half.
It's not a challenge that's necessary. It's disappointing for Santos that he'll have to spend the rest of the game on the sideline. He doesn't need to because it's so high up the pitch, right? It's still in the defending half for St. Ray's. So he can have a presence in that situation. He doesn't have to dive. He doesn't have to kick his legs out to try to make that slide tackle. Just be there as a presence. Let your defenders come back and help you.
More importantly, that means North Providence is playing down a player.
Yeah.
Trailing 1-0 here. Despite playing down a man, North Providence try to get it through the midfield. St. Ray's able to turn it around. Denied at the 20. Brown, and we're going to get a late challenge and a late flag on the push by Pacheco. Teixeira couldn't get a head on it, and it's the Saints back line which boots it out of bounds across midfield. So a throw in here for North Providence, who's down one man after 2 yellows against Santos, sends him off the pitch. Trying to gain the box is Gutierrez. Gets it toward the box, gets it toward the middle of the box, but the Rays able to turn it around. Trying to turn defense into offense, into space for Pacheco. Can he get there ahead of Audiello? Good slide tackle attempt, but Audiello will have it for North Providence.
Yeah, you just see how quickly that St. Ray's, they settle in, right? They make a strong defensive stand right around that 20-yard line, 25-yard line. They just turn that into offense back the other way, and especially now that there's a little bit more space with one less player on the pitch, you're going to find that free runners are going to just feast on those open areas.
Pass up ahead into space, a little too far. Ooh, Martinez had trouble handling that, but finally able to corral it and bring the ball to his chest before rolling it up ahead for his teammate. Ball toward the middle of the field. Celaya able to knock it down for the Cougars. It's Reed, too strong of a touch. Saints able to push it forward into the offensive third. Good battle here in the box. The shot goes wide. Good opportunity there for St. Ray's. It just didn't materialize there for Jaden Miranda.
Yeah, he had some space over there again, but the window, the shot opportunity kind of closed down. That's why he hit the side of the cage. Better decision would have been to cross that ball in. You have an open target. I think it was Catalan Garcia who was in the middle there. Try to get him the ball, tee the ball up for him to make a play on it.
Final 2:25 of the second half. St. Ray's 1, North Providence 0 here in the RIIL Boys Division III Soccer Championships presented by Rhode Island Energy right here on the NFHS Network. Jack O'Mara, George Bannister, Scott Tooker, Jeff Lane. That's our crew here from Cranston Stadium in Cranston, Rhode Island. North Providence playing down a player due to 2 yellows issued to Logan Santos. And now St. Ray's happy with just a possession game, but Teixeira comes up with a big steal. Gutierrez sends it back. And I'm not sure if that's the right play. You got to push forward here. A little bit of space here for the Saints. A chance goes wide. Trying to blow this game wide open was Catalan Garcia.
That would have been the icing, the dagger, the nail in the coffin, however you want to call it. But he just missed it wide.
And he knew it, too. That ball kind of rolled off his foot toward the toe of his foot instead of getting a good strike on it. Pacheco hustling down, working one-on-one against Audiello. That's been a tremendous matchup to watch all night long. Final 62 seconds. Time running out for North Providence. Carvalho tries to get it quickly to midfield. Teixeira tries to head it down and play it. But the back line again for St. Ray's coming up and booting that out of bounds. Quick throw in. Ball settles toward the top of the box. Still loose in the box before the Rays able to boot it out of bounds. Another quick throw in by the Cougars. Ball sent downfield. Final 23 seconds. Trying to play it quickly upfield is Burgess Sutton. Headed down by the Rays. Pacheco happy to just boot it to the offensive third. Final 10 seconds. Countdown starting by the fans and the public address announcer. St. Ray's Saints, your 2022 RIIL Boys Division III champions, picking up their first title since 2019 with the 1-0 win over the North Providence Cougars.
Yeah, what a game. This is back and forth. Both teams with some great chances. North Providence just trying to find something there through the middle at the end. They come up empty. The Saints defense hold on, and it's the goal from Travis Chartier, who sends this team onto the podium for the second time in 3 years.
A tremendous strike from Chartier from 25 yards out to the upper 90 on the far post as he came in with space. And that's the only goal. We kind of said it. It was probably going to take one, and it was Chartier's goal that did it.
A miraculous goal at that. I'm still shaking my head, wondering how that found its way to the back of the net. I mean, it's highlight reel stuff. You know, it puts a cap on what's a really great season for the Saints. They're the 1 seed coming into the tournament. They get the bye. They get the victory against Ponagansett in a tightly wound matchup. And then they get the victory here. They complete the season sweep over the Cougars. And, you know, they took care of business. There weren't a lot of gaping holes in the back line. And they got the job done again. This team, they've been here before. They've had success before. And they get their first championship since 2019.
All right, final score. North Providence gets down by St. Ray's 1-0 in the RIIL Boys Division III Soccer Championship presented by Rhode Island Energy. For our entire crew here on the NFHS Network, Jack O'Mara, George Bannister, Scott Tooker, Jeff Lane. Stick around. We'll have the all-tournament team announcement and then the runners-up and championship trophy presentation right here to conclude our broadcast.
Some of the friends that are here right now were here when our kids were playing. Yeah.
This is going to be a few minutes, this whole thing. They do the all-tournament team and everything. What? They do awards for all-tournament players. Yeah, I'll drop it.
But later in the game, the big guy was right in the middle. Right in the middle.
Comes first. That. And then.
And he's got a good shot there. the day after Thanksgiving. You really were unlucky this year. It's not usually like that. It usually has one holiday.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Rhode Island Boys Soccer Coaches Association is proud to announce the District 3
Don't tell anyone else.
All-Tournament team. Making the presentation, the president of the Boys Soccer Coaches Association, Don Denham. From Mount St. Charles, Cameron Giles. From Mount St. Charles, Emmanuel Adehi. From Pontiac High School, Reginaldo Brown. And from Pontiac High School, Christopher Catalan. From North Providence, number 16, Logan Santos. From North Providence, number 30, Nicholas Opeji. And from North Providence, number 32, Alexander Cavallo.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
The all-tournament team from
Thank you for that.
St. Raphael Academy, number 0, Justin Martinez. Number 2, Greg Kapowicz. And number 8, Reginald Brown. The most valuable player of the Division III tournament from St. Raphael's, number 4, Travis Chartier. And now for the team award. The runner-up of the 2020-22 Rhode Island Interscholastic League Division III Soccer State Championship, presented by Rhode Island Energy, is the Cougars of North Providence High School. Accepting the award, captains number 2, Santino Ariello, number 7, Bruno Teixeira, number 30, Nicholas Upeji, number 32, Alexander Cavallo, head coach Edgar Rodriguez.
They only had one loss. Citrus got
Now, let's congratulate the 2022 Rhode Island Interscholastic League Division III State Soccer Champions, the St. Raphael Academy. Accepting the championship plaque, Captain 0, Justin Martinez. Number 11, Milo Chris. Number 15, Luke Meehan. And number 17, Jaden Miranda. Head coach, Jose Escamilla.
Yeah, boys! That was awesome. I missed this. You should have a little kid.
Ladies and gentlemen, we congratulate both teams. And again, on behalf of our partner, the Rhode Island Department of Transportation, we wish you a safe trip home. Remind you to please wear your seatbelt, put down your phone, and just drive.
Somebody else got to step up. Somebody else got to step up. I was saying that.